Hey, I'm Jude Kirk and welcome to Let's Go Shopping. We've got a fantastic show for you today. If opting out is an option for you, well, let's just say it is the only option. If you want your home repaired, get opting out, and we have got the man to do that with, Dave Clearwater.
How you going?
I'm really good, Dave.
Good,
This
good.
is really exciting. This whole show
Oh, for sure.
is solely about you and opting out in
That's
the
right.
properties that you've either done or doing.
That's right, yeah. I think time has moved on so fast. You know, we're 3 years into this repair build of the city now. There's so many houses that haven't been fixed up, and the numbers and statistics are saying there's 40,000 houses that haven't been fixed. So people need to take control of it. If you want your house fixed, you need to get your own contractors in and get into it and get going. There's so many people, you know, wanting help, really.
Absolutely, and of course it's peace of mind and sanity at the end of the day as well, isn't it? Having it repaired, people can then move on.
Well, that's
forward.
it. And the other thing too is you can get a contractor of your choice. Whereas if you stick with the EQR program, you don't get a choice of contractor. You get dictated a contractor. So I think it's really, really better and more personal for the homeowner and for us as a contractor to work for someone with a really good rapport with, and you get a better job.
Dave, what are some of the pitfalls that people are finding at the moment with the whole EQC trying to get it? Is it just solely the fact that it's taking so long that there isn't any time frames being given?
Well, that's it. It's how long it's taking, the lack of communication coming back to the homeowners. People have been kicked out of their houses and they're not starting straight away. There's so many things in there. I think probably one of the bigger things is, trying to think about this, but really having to get out of your home. That's probably the most stressful because what I say to people is we can't work in every room at the same time. You know, we work in 2 or 3 rooms while the people living in the house, then we can move to the other 2 or 3 rooms. And 90% of the time we keep people in their houses. And I think that's the biggest thing.
That's got to be a lot more
big plus.
comfortable for people as well.
Yeah, and it's good to have them there because they can watch us working and they know we're trying to do the best we can for them, and they're part of their rebuild and they're part of their fix-it. I think that's really good.
So how long is it taking at the moment for people to actually, by the time they've contacted you, for you to be able to start on their premises?
Well, time's stretching out because the phone has obviously gone crazy since winter, and but really realistically we're looking at about 9 weeks. So if they phone now, we get into the paperwork straight away. We can be on site within 8 to 9 weeks. But if there's a house that comes through that you perhaps got a rental property and someone's moving out, we can be on site within about 3 weeks. We've got one going at the moment. We're starting it on the 2nd of October. It's only a couple of weeks away, and it was only scoped with EQC 2 days ago, and they're very accommodating. We got the paperwork underway yesterday, and it's going to happen very, very quick.
And what I'm hearing back, the feedback is that people are really amazed at how easy the process is for you, actually handing it over to you, and you're dealing with all the paperwork.
Yeah, the paperwork is quite huge, and the communication, there's a lot involved in it, but we've done so many houses now that we know what the paperwork is, and it's just a case of doing it, and we do all that for people, so there's no stress, and we talk to EQC basically on a daily basis. Emails are going backwards and forwards, and we get everything all sorted, so the homeowner doesn't have to worry about things not getting done or things missed off. We take care of all that. If there is something missed off the scope of works, we can easily go back and get that put back on. So, like we said earlier in the show, when we started doing the opt-out, it is as easy as ABC.
Okay, great. Come on, let's go on and actually
Rightio.
have a look at some of these properties you've been doing.
Good.
Sounds
good.
great. Come on. Dave, this is a lovely little character place that you've obviously done.
Yes, it is. It's an older house. I'm not sure exactly how old it is, but I think it would be getting over 80 years of age, and it did get a really good shake-up. This house had a lot of liquefaction around it, and it got bounced quite badly. So what we actually had to come through and do is we had to level up all the floors right through the whole place. We had to do a lot of pile work under the floor. We lifted all the carpets right through the whole house, lifted the flooring, cut big manholes in every room right through the whole place, and levelled it all back up. The owner chose to do away with the old floors, so we put tiling through the little TV room there and right through the kitchen.
This looks great, David, doesn't it?
It's come up nice, really nice.
It's come up really nicely, yeah.
It's really made the little place a lot more modern.
Yes.
And it's just
So
lifted it to the
people
next
have
level.
got that option as well of changing those things if they've
Yes.
originally had lino down.
That's
then
right, yeah.
they can actually choose. So if there's a dollar value when they're opting out, if there's a dollar value that they've got, that EQC have given them for replacement, can they add extra themselves to that to get something that
Most of the people we're working for are actually doing that because they do want to have something a little bit better or go to another option, and it's a good opportunity to do that.
Okay, and this is the hallway. Of course, you've done all the hallway here as well.
Yeah, the owner, again, it put new carpet through, but we managed to retain all the woodwork.
Beautiful.
We had to rip all the old lath and plasters off the walls and take all the old picture rail across the top there, all had to be taken down.
Right.
And we pulled all the lath and plaster off and rejibbed it.
This is gorgeous that you were
Yeah.
able to maintain all this.
We
David,
maintained
as
all
well,
that and
isn't
kept
it?
that. We had to fix that up.
Beautiful.
Had a few knocks out of it, so the boys spent a bit of time and did a wee bit of plastering and tidied up the archway. So there was new ceilings and new wall linings, and the owner chose to put some new light fittings through as well.
Very nice.
But then after we left, they put the new carpet, so it's come up really, really nice.
It has come up really nicely, and it's nice to know that the character homes have been able to maintain that character as well,
no,
isn't
it's
it?
really good.
David,
really
the
good.
bedroom through here as well. There's a
Yeah.
beautiful ornamental fireplace in here.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, really nice. So this room
Well-
here was completely gutted. We had to take all the walls were completely stripped, all the skirting boards were taken off, completely relined the whole room,
Goodness.
retained the fireplace, and got it all tidy back up again. Kept the little picture rail around the top.
And this is just beautiful as well. See, I know a lot of people have removed pieces like this gorgeous fireplace and surround.
Yeah.
I know they're not using them as such, but I mean, they're such beautiful character.
That's a
and
valuable piece.
absolutely
Yeah.
ornamental pieces. I mean, even look down here at the hearth. That's just stunning, isn't
Lucky
it?
nothing got broke down there, so
Absolutely, they were able to retain this.
kept it in the house.
Yeah, fantastic. That's beautiful. And yes, okay, lovely once again, as you were saying, that the picture rails were able to be maintained as well.
These were all taken off, and we put some of them we put back up, and the others we got made.
Gosh.
So we had to get some made because they were broken and
This-
they split when you pulled them off.
This must have been a pretty big job, taking this back to all the lath and plaster here and redoing the
Yeah,
whole
it's
lot
not
as well.
it's not as bad as it sounds.
Really?
It's messy.
Yeah,
I'm very messy. Get in here with a spade, and the lath and plaster just pours off the walls,
wow.
and then we rejib it.
Well, this dear old girl, she's probably never seen
Such a
days, absolutely, since when
got
she
a
was
fright.
first constructed. Goodness me.
It's come up really well. This
It
is probably
has.
the one of the pick of the houses we've done.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's move on to the next one as well, shall we? Let's see what
Yeah.
else you've been up to.
Yep,
Okay.
not a problem.
Thank you. Dave, what's been going on at this place here?
We've got inside work and outside work, but
Okay.
basically we'll start on the outside here. There's a lot of cracks in the old plaster. So Christchurch has a lot of houses that have got netting with hard plaster on the outside, and it sort of shattered and gets lots and lots of cracks. So the guys have come through and repaired all the cracks. So at the moment we're still working through the painting side of it.
Okay.
So as you can tell, we've gone around all the windows and no more gapped all around the windows.
This is amazing that,
Fixed it all up.
there's all this garden piece here as well, all this beautiful old vine has actually been able to be kept as well, instead of all that
yeah,
cut
it's
down.
hard work around
I
plants.
bet it is. I bet. I know
Yeah.
because I've done it myself around plants before, but that's looking really tidy.
We
really
try and
tidy.
pull them all back off the walls. We tie them back with ropes and strings and chuck covers around them, and go through. There's a lot of cracks in the walls of this place, but we've got on top of it all, and it's going to come up real nice. They've got a nice colour scheme. They've got the permanent green with the white, so it's going to look very, very sharp.
It will look sharp, won't it?
looking
Okay, so what's actually gone on the inside?
Okay.
Can we have a look at
Yep.
that as well?
Yep, the boys are in there now. Well, boy and girl. It's
Okay.
David and Jay. Yeah.
Okay, let's go and see what David and Jay are up to inside. So inside here we've got Dave and Jay busy wallpapering,
Yes,
David.
yeah. Yeah, a lot of cracks have appeared above windows, between the window and the roof line, and also down underneath the windows. You get a lot of cracks above doors is the predominant places where they're all cracked. So they've all been raked out and repaired. But this room was wallpapered, so we pulled all the wallpaper off and did the repairs. Now David and Jay are just going through and hanging up the wallpaper. It's really, really coming up nice.
It is, isn't it? It's a nice natural
Yeah,
wallpaper
neutral
as
wallpaper.
well. I bet that was a bit of a giggle to start off with though, because there probably wasn't so many people wallpapering anymore. As
No.
painting's been fashionable, there were probably few rusty
Yeah,
wallpaper
just-
hangers to start off with.
We were just talking about that. We picked up our game as we got going, but
Yeah,
first
fantastic.
house is a bit rusty, and then we're into it. But no, these guys are really good. They make a lovely job,
Yeah.
and it's transformed the whole place again. The inside's looking really, really smart.
Absolutely, it has. It's looking great, isn't it? Really
Excellent.
good. So what goes on from here then? So this was originally a wallpaper.
It was
David?
originally a wallpaper, so it's all been
okay.
stripped and repaired and putting it back on.
Fantastic.
So they'll be out of here. By the looks of it, there's not much more to do, so they'll be out of
There's
here in the
not,
next
is
couple of
there?
hours, and then they'll move into the
Into the next-
hallway, and I think there's a couple of bedrooms getting done as well.
And
so-
of course, I've just met the owners of the property here as well, which has
Yeah,
been really
lovely
neat.
people.
And that's really cool that they've obviously been able to stay in their home while David and Jay have
Yeah.
been working in here.
Well, yes, like we've always said, we try not to kick people out of their houses, and we've got their furniture in the middle of the room. It's all covered, and the floors are all plastic down, and we clean up every day as we're going through. So it's just the least disruption as possible
Great.
for everybody.
It's looking good, David. Absolutely stunning views, of course, from here as well, David, being up in the hill suburbs. Hill suburbs have been pretty badly hit too, haven't they, here in Canterbury?
Yeah, well, what's happened? The peninsula's obviously it's all rock, and it got a lot,
Really
very
shaky.
very harsh earthquakes here. So they got a lot more damage than on the flat.
Fair bit of damage been done to this wall here, David, as well.
Yeah, what's happened? The retaining wall has obviously parted company from the steps. So this house here is a work in progress. The outside we're due to start tomorrow, and the plasterers and brickies are all coming tomorrow. Scaffolding should be turning up tomorrow as well. And we've got to go through and replaster it all up. These walls here on the house have all got to be, well, there's lots and lots of cracks, a lot of fine cracks just all over the place. They're all going to be retextured,
Yes.
and then it gets all recoated back up. That's actually a Hebel system, Jude. So it's a lightweight concrete panel with a cavity. It's a very modern system, very, very good. And they stand up to earthquakes very, very well. But like everything, they still do crack. So
Yeah, right. Yeah.
it's all going to be fixed up, and it'll come up like better than new.
Brilliant. It's a big job, isn't it, having to take all this plaster off these homes and redo all this again.
Oh, it's a
and-
massive job,
isn't it?
massive job. But at the end of the day, it keeps us all busy. That's
Yeah,
what we want
sure.
to do. We want to be busy.
And are the majority of people, are they wanting to replace that?
Oh no, they like to keep the.
They are happy to
Oh,
keep that.
absolutely, keep it. Yes, definitely keep the Hebel and keep the cladding system that's on the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just
So-
wondering with we're still getting a lot of movement in the earth as well.
We've
of
done
people.
we've done one house just down the valley down here, and it was concrete blocks, and we took all the blocks off and replaced it with a panel system, and it's modernised it as well. And that's the new way of doing it. Is the new texture coating. It's very, very modern, very clean lines, very tidy,
Great.
excellent stuff.
It almost needs to be like that kid's goo, doesn't it, that you put on so there's so much movement.
Something flexible so we can move it. Yeah,
wonder if you could mix some of that in with it or something
yeah,
as well.
live in a big tent.
Give it a bit of a life. This is beautiful here, and of course you're actually also doing at one of the houses further up, just in behind here as well.
Yeah, the
aren't
house behind us is going to be due to be started hopefully in the next couple of 3 months. We're
Right.
working our way through that one. Just getting all the paperwork sorted, and then we'll be into that one as well. So
Great.
probably end up being straight after Christmas, I think now.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
quite nice to be a hill dweller over the summer
it's
months
lovely.
as well, isn't it?
It's
The
good.
beautiful microclimate up here,
Yeah.
but it's really interesting actually coming out with you and seeing the difference of sort of, I suppose, price brackets of homes that we're visiting,
Yeah.
but how it just hit everybody across the board. That Mother Nature didn't discriminate
It's
in
just
any
got
way, did
everybody,
she?
everybody
Yeah.
got hit. And for us, it doesn't matter whether it's a house that's like 5 months old or 4 months old or 80 years of age. You know, we've all adapted, and every tradesman in Christchurch has adapted to get in and get in and get these things fixed
It's
up.
still
And it's
people's
good.
homes,
Oh,
isn't it, at
absolutely.
the end of the
It's
day?
a huge learning curve. It's good for us in the trade. We love it. That's what we're here to do. Fix houses. That's what we want to do.
And of course, all this concrete here as well, David. This
Yes.
is all is being replaced as well.
Yes, it's all
isn't it?
comes
all
up.
the
It's-
slabs.
It's actually sunk quite badly against the wall.
Right, I can see this.
Yeah, and there's been a homemade patch-up job by the homeowner here to try and stop the water falling against his wall.
Right.
So this is all going to be taken out shortly and all to be refilled in, brand new concrete. It'll look good again.
Wow. And it will. It'll look amazing, won't it?
Oh, for
really
sure.
bring it all.
They're
all
actually
back.
going to go for the new textured, the pebbled look concrete
Oh,
as
are
well.
they? The
Yeah,
aggregate
yep,
look
that's the one.
on it?
Looks smart.
Yeah, it does look smart. So that's quite an easy fix for them.
Yes.
Doing this.
Yep.
Brilliant. Let's actually have a look inside this home
as
because you've
gold.
done a huge amount of work
That's
in
right.
here
Yep,
too,
we have
haven't
too.
you? It's a really lovely home, David, inside and out, isn't it?
No,
What-
it's really, really nice. They've really looked after it. It's
Yeah.
not very old. It's a real joy to be working on a place like this one.
So take me through what you've done in here, David.
Okay, the walls in here were so severely cracked in the jib board that we had to actually reline all the walls of this room. So we pulled all the jib off
Gosh.
and relined it. The ceilings were okay. I think the only piece of ceiling we did reline was a piece through above our heads here.
Okay.
But
yes.
the walls were all relined, all completely jib stopped out, and we repainted all the walls.
Wow.
And then the owner got us to do all the window frames and architraves. We did all that for them while we were here. So it just freshened it all up.
Beautiful.
Came up really, really nice.
And what was done through here, David? Through the dining
Okay.
and kitchen area here?
The kitchen was basically, it was just cracks that could be repaired, so all the cracks were repaired, and then a complete repaint of all the ceiling and the walls. And then of course down into the stairwell, there's a concrete wall comes up the stairwell.
Right.
Well, it's behind that photograph there.
Oh, right behind
Yep.
here. This is all concrete, is it?
That's a concrete wall.
Okay,
Yeah, so it had
sure.
big crack through it. We had to repair all the big crack and repainted the whole stairwell.
Gosh.
This wall here had actually completely broken. It was sitting there wobbling.
Goodness.
So we had to strengthen all that back up, rebuild that.
Wow. That's a pretty mammoth kind of work, isn't it?
No, it was good. Well, we got a couple of builders, so it was really easy. And John actually decided too, they put another window in there, because originally in the original plan, that window at the end there wasn't there.
Are
So
you
they put
joking?
No, so they put it, so yeah, it made it quite dark in the hallway. So
Yes.
they put another window in, and then we just jibbed it all out.
And a stunning
that's what
aspect straight out through there as well, from the top of the stairwell
yeah, it's
here.
nice. Really, really
Oh, I
nice.
love it. So you come in through the front door here and there. See, there's the kind of things that people can have done as well at the
Oh, for
time
sure.
of, isn't it? They
Yes.
can make it something really positive and fun out of it as
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
can't
It just changed the whole house, because it was quite dark down in there.
they? Yeah,
But
I
now
bet
it's,
it
it's
was.
nice and open.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
You've done a beautiful job in here. It looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah. And of course downstairs we've got the little flat, so John and Margaret didn't need to move out when we were here.
Okay.
So they moved into the little flat downstairs, and then once we finished the house upstairs, they came up, and then we went down.
Can we actually have a look down there
Yeah,
as well,
no,
Dave?
not a problem.
Okay, fabulous. Thanks. Dave, of course, you've got an eye for detail. I've
Yes.
heard you say that time and time again. The customer's got to benefit from that as well, surely.
Well, yes, because I go and have a look at it. If I'm not happy with something, we get the guys back to fix it up, obviously. But I'll see things that the homeowner won't see, and
Yeah,
that's
sure.
very important. So before we finish, I go through the house and have a look myself, do any touch-ups that I can find. And if the homeowner finds something, we do them as well. So when we're finished, we actually go out and we don't have to come back, and everybody's happy.
I like the tiling in here.
No, it's come
David.
up really nice.
Is all of this new? This has been
No, it's
completely
not.
replaced?
No, it's not. What actually happened, this floor has been very, very interesting floor for us. It's something new, but in the garage was really bad. When you jumped up and down on the floors were hollow. The concrete was bouncing. If
Why
you
is
like.
that?
What's happened is all the gravel underneath had actually vibrated and shook down. And,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So this was kind of perched literally on the foundations.
well,
and then
it was sitting on the gravel, but it was hollow. You could hear it.
Yeah, right.
and the floor was cracked. So we got a company in, and what they do is they bore holes in the floor,
Mm.
and they pump in the expander foam, and they can
Right.
compact the concrete floor from the top, if you like.
And that's what this stuff here is.
Yeah, the
Jane.
white stuff is in the floor, is the polystyrene that was put in the floor when the house was built.
Right.
But the yellow stuff is actually the expander foam that's been pumped in. It's not a very good.
Oh, wow.
You can't see it well there, because what's actually happened here, we've had a burst pipe in the floor and we've had to redig it back up.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
coming
I
from
can
the-
see it
coming
here.
from the shower,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and travels down through
Yeah.
to here.
So-
Gosh, that was lucky that you discovered that.
Yes, it was.
That
It's
was
just one of
not
those things.
originally found on the
No, it
original
wasn't.
scope of works. No, right.
So the plumber's in the process of getting it all fixed up. We're lucky it didn't happen under the tiles.
Well, Dave, with this as well is a polystyrene that was put under there at time of build. But there's what did you call this? The
There's expander foam.
expander foam.
Yeah, apparently it can lift up to 40 tonnes, and they can pump it. They pump it down through the concrete floor.
Well, this has got to be a lot more insulating as well. Really,
Well, probably
than
not
the
so much
stone.
insulation, but it just holds the whole house solid. It's really, really good now.
Fantastic.
It's excellent.
Brilliant stuff.
Yeah. And of course, in here as well, we had to redo all the walls because there was cracks again. We're lucky we didn't have to re-jib, but we did all the walls, all the ceilings, and then the homeowner got us to paint all the jambs and window frames. And
It
so
looks
the little flats
really
have come up
smart,
good. So it's
doesn't
really,
it?
nearly ready to be rented out again.
This is really interesting to see the other aspects of work that you've diverted into as well due to the earthquake. Your business has really grown, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yes, it has.
And of course, conservatories now are quite a big part of.
Well, what happened, we have our friends here asked us about a conservatory, and I said, yeah, we can organise that all for you. So we went away and organised a conservatory, and I think we're up to 3 conservatories now. that we've put on for different people.
Fantastic. I mean,
And aluminium windows as well. So.
not only are they just incredibly comfortable, you know, especially with our easterlies that have started up again in Christchurch, I've noticed over
That's
the last
right, yes,
sort
it
of
is,
month.
yeah.
But I mean, so it adds that comfort factor, but I mean, they add so much value onto a home because it's like an indoor-outdoor room, isn't it?
Well, it's another room, and I know the people here personally, and they use this room all the time. It's their main room now.
I bet they do.
They got the little dining table sitting in there, and
Yeah,
they just come out here
great.
all the time and
Yeah.
use it. It's excellent. So we're
Absolutely.
not only doing the conservatories, but we're doing windows as well, where we take the old windows out, the wooden ones, and we put new wooden windows in. So
Yeah, it's very smart.
yeah, no, it's come up tidy,
Really smart, isn't it?
and it doesn't look like an add-on to the house.
So you actually do all this yourself, or do you? What part of it do you do here?
No, we price it all up and we get it supplied to us,
Right.
and then they come and install it. So
Okay.
we just put all the basically put the job together and make sure it all happens. It's done
And-
by a window company.
And of course, this is all double glazing,
All
which
double
is,
glazed.
as well. You
Yep.
see, isn't that awesome in itself?
Yeah, that's
all double
really-
glazed, and of course, they can choose what aluminium finish.
That's right. There's
that
different
they want
finishes,
on
different
these.
type of windows, different shapes.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, we've actually got one going up in Rangiora on the second floor of a house to cover in a little deck.
Oh, what a
It goes up next week. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
see,
gonna
in
look really
Canterbury,
smart.
in Christchurch and Canterbury, we really need it, don't we? Because it acts as a real shelter belt as well,
So
doesn't it? You know,
well, this
for
particular-
residents.
Yeah, this house here gets it from the east and the north, so it's really worked in really, really well.
It
They're
has.
absolutely wrapped with it.
It has, hasn't it?
Yeah, and of course
it's
we
gorgeous.
put the carpet on the floor in there, and it doesn't cost much to do that. And just finishes it off.
It does. Yeah, it looks fantastic. So, what's the kind of time frame for something like this?
From the time we price it up, you're looking at about 5 weeks, 6
Okay,
weeks
that's
maximum.
pretty good too.
Because they have to get it's all everyone's made individually for every site. Yeah.
So, do people have to have you as an opt-out company to be able to access you to put one of these in on their property as well? To have
No,
a conservatory or
anybody
not?
can ring up.
It can be a separate
It's
entity.
totally separate.
Okay.
Yeah, this was not an opt-out job.
Okay.
So this is totally separate. And the reason we're starting to do other things as well is because we've got the staff now to do it.
Yeah,
in a
right.
couple of years' time, the earthquake repairs are going to be finished, and I don't want to lose all my staff. So we're diversifying into more painting work, more small building jobs, alterations, conservatories like this, window replacements, anything that we can do that we can utilise our staff. So
Fantastic.
it just gives us a future workload when all the earthquake repairs are over.
Yeah.
We don't want to leave Christchurch when it's all been fixed. We
And
want to stay here.
I know what you'll be on to next, swimming pools.
Oh,
but
no,
actually
no.
looking to the heavens, of course, it's
The roof,
roofing as well
yeah, we
that you
do
do,
paint
isn't
roofs.
it? Of course.
This one doesn't need painted yet, but
No,
I'll be talking to them in another couple of years, another 3 or 4 years. I'll be around here looking at the roof to
Absolutely,
paint.
and I don't blame
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, that still looks in pretty good nick at the moment,
We'll put
doesn't
it on the books for down the track.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And of course, that's something you do get, isn't it? A lot of repeat business.
Oh, absolutely. There's more. There's roofing. There's the windows. We're putting decks on houses, and a lot of people have come back to us, especially from the roofing that we did 10 years ago. People are coming back to us now and saying, "Can you come and help us with our opt-out?" So
Yeah, fantastic.
good stuff.
It's got to be good, doesn't it? Dave, this has been really interesting coming out with you today and actually seeing the homes that you're dealing with. Like I said when we were up in Kashmir, it's price-wise, as far as the homes go, you're repairing anything across the board price-wise, aren't you? If it's damaged, it doesn't matter whether it's a modest home or whether it's something really quite beautiful.
No, it doesn't matter. Like I think the oldest house we've done is a 120-year-old house.
Wow.
That first one we looked at, I think, was about 80-year-old house, and then the latest one we did was a show home. The people only been in it 6 months, so our guys are all qualified and good at what they do. So we can do them all right across the range.
And
yeah.
that's what's good as well, and especially with doing the show with you today as well, is actually seeing that they're so skilled that they can deal with the old rather than
That's right,
plaster,
yeah.
right through to the new modern, boards and likes that
New
they're
modern
dealing with
chipboards.
as well. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It's really good. We're lucky. We have got good staff, and when we do employ them, we're very fussy on who we take on board. Most of my guys, the original 5 guys I had before the earthquake, have all stayed. We've still got them, so they're working with us. And this has been here. Ed's been here 10 years. Miles been with us 8 years. Ray's been with us about 6 years. So we've had these guys for a while now, and it's a good, happy company. All our staff are happy, and we do good work, and that's all we can ask for, really, at the end of the day.
And of course, you've diversified so much, like with doing these conservatories as well. And of course,
conservatories, windows, and
back
all that.
to your good things like the roofing as
Yeah,
well.
we'll
which
never
is
ever
awesome.
stop painting
You
roofs.
won't. You must laugh actually when you're driving around Christchurch
Yeah.
and all the different, done this one, done that one. I know what it's like being driving around with you today. It's
Yeah.
like, I've done that home, we did that one, we're going there, that's one we did, we did their roof back in this
Yeah, I
year,
know.
back in, it's fascinating.
We've done over, it's over 2,300 roofs that we have painted since we came to Christchurch 14 years ago.
Wow.
So, yeah, there's a lot. They're all over the place. There's
Because-
probably not a street in town that hasn't had us.
You
our
probably
company
need to
working in
put
it.
a massive signature on these roofs so when you're flying into Christchurch in and out each time you can go, just look.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do something like that.
Just look for DC.
DC
Yeah.
in the middle of the roof.
DC
yeah.
was here. Fantastic. Yeah, you've been a real big part of Christchurch getting back on its feet for the homeowners, haven't you?
Well, yes, we have, and we're a little company. We're the little guys looking after the individual homeowners. We don't get involved in the big commercial jobs. We don't get involved with housing companies in new work. We don't want to go down that track. We will do the odd new home. We've got a big one in Rolleston underway at the moment. Massive, great big house down there. The owners wanted us to do it, so we're doing that. But we do actually like working for the homeowner in their own homes. That's where we specialise in. And from where I started my apprenticeship back in Winton, the south, and everybody knows that, that's where we were working, was on people's houses, working for the individuals. And it's really paid off now that we can actually offer the services and we have the ability to do this type of work. And to work around people in their homes has been a big forte.
And also for people who do want new stuff done, like the lady with the window, the couple up in Cashmere that wanted the window at the top of the stairwell.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, that just looks fantastic, and it looks
Yep.
like it's been there since the house was built.
Well, that's it, yeah. We can do all those type of things, yeah, it's good.
And
Really
it's got to
good.
be easier on the homeowner, actually having those things done at the time of repairs. You're kind of
That's-
killing
yeah.
two birds with one stone, aren't you?
Most people we work for now are getting additional work done, whereas if you do go with the Fletcher UQR system, they won't let you do that. And that's where we have had another huge benefit,
And
because we are prepared to.
I suppose we need to really stress the fact as well, David, that it's only the new work that people are having to pay for. All the EQC work, not a cent comes out of the homeowner's pocket, does it?
No, that's right. We said right at the start that we would pay the excess, and we've kept that going right through, only because the numbers of jobs that we're actually doing has made it worthwhile for us, so we'll always do that. And we invoice EQC, so EQC will pay us, and they're very, very good at paying us. We do not have an issue with the money coming back. So the homeowner doesn't have to dip into their pockets for any of the earthquake repair work.
That's
So,
great.
and we take care of all the paperwork. Like, if you don't have a scope, it doesn't matter if you don't have a scope, we do all that. You heard me say it before. We arrange for the scope itself, the scope of works. We do all the pricing. We do absolutely everything. And a couple of phone calls over the period of 6 weeks, and we're on site going.
That's great. So
It's as easy as.
people can actually make that whole life-changing decision right now and
Yeah.
give you a call.
Call our number. Yep.
And of course, this is your only form of advertising.
Yes.
You don't even, he's not even in
Don't
the
go to
phone
the yellow
book.
pages. You'll be looking for a long time.
Absolutely you will.
We're not in the yellow pages. We haven't done
Absolutely.
it for many years.
No, which is fantastic that
So-
you use Canterbury Regional Television
For the
as your-
whole time, 13
for your
years.
whole advertising campaign. I think that's incredible in marketing. That's wonderful.
So that's all we've done.
And well, you've certainly been a great client on CTV, and it's been a huge amount of fun actually
Oh, we've had
coming
a ball.
out and on location with you today. And I think it's been really, really good for the viewers of Let's Go Shopping as well to actually get a very realistic idea of us walking around, talking about what you've done, and actually seeing it. It makes a huge
Yeah,
difference than
it's
just
good.
verbal,
It is
isn't
good
it?
because I feel when I'm talking over the bench, it's the same old, and we keep talking about it. But to see it, we've got to do it again. That's
Yeah,
all I can say.
It's
This has
fantastic,
been great.
isn't it? And of course, we'd like to really thank all the homeowners that have allowed us into their homes today. It's been very
Definitely.
kind
They've been very
of you
accommodating.
all, and we hope you've enjoyed this show, one and all. So why not opt out with Dave Clearwater, because it could be a life-changing decision for you to be making for 2014, having your home completely sorted out and just leave these earthquakes behind us. Be safe and be happy. Thanks for watching us.